Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. You know what? You know what I see when I compare men and women, right? I see that, women have a problem with compromising and lower their standards, right? When it comes to men, men don't have that problem. Men are willing to compromise their standards, right? That's why there's a lot of guys are willing to date, overweight women, visually unappealing women, right? Or lack of better words, ugly women, right? Guys are willing to do that, right? If they want something so bad, if they want to be in a relationship so bad, if they know their role, if they know their rank, if they know what's that say? What's that word? If they know their worth, right? If they know what's that word I'm trying to look for? If they know their lead, right? They know whether they're in their lead. Like a guy who say he's in his 4, right, will not get with a woman who's in their 10 because he know his lead, he know his place. Women can't believe that. Women, if they're a 4, if they're a 3, they think they can get a guy who's in the top 10. Well, it doesn't work like that. You see the delusional woman is, right? They don't see their worth, right? Because they don't see their worth, they're not willing to compromise. They think highly of themselves, right? They think they're not supposed to compromise for anything. You think a woman who's a 3 or 4 or 2 are capable of getting a man who's in his top 10, right? A man who's top 10 understands his worth. He knows his lead, right? He know the girl that's a 2 or 3 is out of his league. And plus, he have option. If you know he have option, why would he downgrade himself from a girl who's a 2 and 3, right? Girls a 2 and 3 don't know their options. They don't know they don't have options, right? Guys, and compared to a guy who's a 2 or 3, he don't have option. No, that's why he will understand that he has to lower his standard to get a woman in his league. Women cannot learn this, right? They have a problem doing that. They cannot compromise. They have a real problem compromising, right? And then when you tell them to compromise, they get all agitated, all combative. Like, all right, in order for you to be happy in life, there have to be compromises, right? In order for you to be in a relationship, be happy, you have to have compromises. That's what women don't understand. Relationship is all about compromising, right? Their definition of love, right, and that relationship is totally different. Right? They don't understand that a relationship, it has to do with compromising values, right? Sacrifices, all this stuff. Women will not sacrifice themselves because that's not within a woman's nature, right? A man will sacrifice himself. That's within a man's nature. He has to sacrifice himself because a man has to be a provider, has to be a protector. When you're a protector, what does that mean? That means you sacrifice yourself to protect the woman, right? This is why women cannot understand what sacrifices is. They cannot make that sacrifice. So if they don't understand what sacrifices is, how do you understand what makes you think that she's willing to compromise? She's not willing to compromise, right? Because of their unwilling nature of compromising, right? It would ultimately lead to their loneliness. And we have a lot of that in the world right now. Women are being lonely because they're not being rational. When you're willing to compromise, that shows you are rational in making your decision. You are grounded to earth, right? When you're willing to compromise, you compromise to get things that you can get. You compromise to gain something. If you're not willing to compromise, what are the odds of you gaining something? You have to compromise yourself, all right? Sacrifice yourself in order to gain in relationship, like a man, right? A man want to be in a relationship. If you want to be in a relationship so bad, he has to understand that, all right, he can't get a 10 or a 9 or 8 or whatever, right? So he had to compromise his looks by getting that ugly woman, a woman that's less appealing, right? Because he knows his lead, right? He knows that she's easier to get, right? If a woman understand what are the lead, I'm not saying that women don't understand. There are some women who understand that they're not pleasing. So those are the women, right? Some women out there, they understand what compromise is. They understand what their lead are, right? But there's not enough women who understand that. Most women will think they're a 10 automatically, even though they're a 3 or 4. Those women who think they're a 10, those are complete delusional women. right? And those women who think they're a 10, those are the women who you want to avoid at all costs, right? This is why I always go with plain Jane. I don't date all these. I don't go for these tens or nines or whatever, because those women who's tens nines, their expectation is totally realistic. That means they're not grounded to earth. That means they're more money, they're more resources to maintain, right? And those are the women I would say to avoid. Right? It seems to me that women who are a 3 and 4, right? Who understand they're 3 and 4, women who accept in 3 and 4, right? More a better suitor than it is for you to be with a nines and tens, right? Those people, those good looking women, they come with more baggage. I believe. I believe they come with more baggage. I believe they're more spoiled, right? I believe they're less likely to compromise because they're less likely to compromise. That's a recipe for a bad relationship, right? They have to give and take. In a relationship, they have to give and take, right? And most likely, the prettier the woman is, the more self-conscious she is, the more damaged she is, the more spoiled she is, right? She's not willing to compromise because she's been brought up to be spoiled. Brought up to she was catered all her life, right? 2 or 3 women, they don't have that kind of luxury. They have to suffer throughout their whole life. They have to struggle. That's why they're more compromising, right? They're more compromising to a man, right? So in all in all, it's all about dating in your lead. That's what it is. But the thing is, women have a problem compromising, right? They don't understand that, okay, this is not working. You're not getting any dates, right? You're not getting any people to offer, any guys to ask you out. What you should do? You should just, to save you the hassle, save you the problem, just compromise. But they're not want to do that. Lower your standards. Right? If they will lower the standard and accept a guy for who he is and not for what he has, maybe you'll be in a bad position. Life is not all about what material things. They don't understand that. They buy up all these material things to fill in the void that's missing inside. Right? They don't understand that. They're more materialistic than men. Right? The reason why men are materialistic is to gain the woman. To be honest, guys don't even care about all this material stuff. The only reason why guys are materialistic is to gain the women, right? The reason why guys buy the fancy cars, the nice clothes, the jewelry, is to attract a woman. When you eliminate that out of the picture, most guys don't even care about that kind of stuff, right? They don't even care about materialistic things because the women love that kind of stuff. This is why guys are like that. This is why guys have to have that kind of lifestyle, have the material like lifestyle, because they have to attract that one female that they want, the 9s and 10s. And these 9s and 10s are attracted to this high lifestyle. They're expensive to maintain, right? But the problem is, right? The problem that leads to a lot of women loneliness and single and sadness is because of their ability to compromise. Their inability, if they were to compromise, they'll be in a better position in life. They'll be more happier. They'll find true. I don't want to say there's anything true love. They'll find more a guy that they're willing to be with and happy with in life, right? Because you could be with an ugly guy, but you could be miserable with a good looking guy as well, right? Who to say that guy that's not physically appealing is not a right guy? Maybe he have charm. Maybe he have the charisma. Look compared to a guy who's in the 10, right? He have all these stuff. He could be good looking, but his personality could stink. It's all about personality. It's all personality and value, and that's what women don't understand. They look things in a shallow way, right? Guys are more likely to be shallow. This is why guys are more likely to date women that's beneath them, right? And that's already been proven because you see that a lot. Right? I've been saying this so many times in most of my videos. Guys are not shallow, right? If guys are shallow, then why are guys willing to date with a 3s or 4s, right? Or if guys are not shallow, why are they willing to fornicate with a 3 or 4s or a lot lizard, right? But women really have this problem and this complex with compromising, right? It's nothing I don't think there's nothing to be ashamed of when you're compromising. You don't care what other people think. Just you're compromising and lowering your standards, right? Lower your standard to get something that you want, right? And what women really want right now, especially when they're lonely, is to be in a relationship. That's why you see them crying on TikToks, on social media, because they're not willing to compromise. If you're a woman in that position and you're crying on social media, crying for attention, you know what? Why don't you just try for what? Try and compromise your standard. Maybe that will lead to your happiness. Give a guy a chance, right? If he's a 4, right, and you're a 10, right, give the 4 guys a chance. Maybe he's the guy that you're missing. Maybe he's the guy that's missing in your life. But no, they're not willing to do that. They're not willing to do that even if it's for their own happiness. They're not willing to compromise. If compromising determine their own happiness, but let me know you agree. Do you think women are least inclined to compromise themselves to seek out for happiness? Let me know your thoughts. Put it down below. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and peace and blessings.